There's a lot of really fun parts to moving, and then there's a lot of chaotic parts, there's a lot of stressful parts, but one of the parts that a lot of people don't think of is the practical side of like switching doctors and switching licenses, stuff like that. So I'm going to try to cover that. Obviously, when we get to North Carolina, there's going to be a lot of practical steps to moving that is going to be including the DMV, stuff like that, where we're just going to have to like work through those details. But before we leave, the biggest practical thing from my mind is getting in last minute appointments in order that we don't have to switch doctors immediately after moving. Ian has his 18-month appointment today. I have a dentist appointment. Have you had a dentist appointment recently? Dayton had, oh right. So Dayton had his dentist appointment already, so I'm not gonna film that one. That was like semi-recently, and then Felix also went to the vet for his doctor's appointment recently. So all of us are like getting like boosted up, so that way after we move, we'll have a cushion of like, okay, we don't have to get there and immediately find a doctor. We can take a month or two. I think Ian's is probably gonna be the one we have to find first. Pediatricians, I mean, is something you have to have. But anyway, so we're gonna bring you along today. The confusing part about today is because we moved to Maine before, you know, the big move. If you follow our channel, make sure, if you haven't followed our channel, make sure to watch our vlog ones to see what I'm talking about. I explain it all there. But because we're living in Maine, but really all of our doctors are in New Hampshire because that's where we were living. So it's a long drive. Dayton and I have to go at the same time because my dentist appointment and Ian's appointment are at the same time, of course. So we're driving together in the same vehicle. Dayton's gonna drop me off and I'm just gonna hang out at a Starbucks and walk to my dentist so I can get there. And then Dayton and Ian are gonna go to his appointment. So it's gonna be a little confusing, but we'll try to cover everything. And then of course, hopefully the practical switch of once we move and finding doctors. The hope is that that always goes super easily, but.
Did you tell them that your dentist is by our first apartment together?
Oh yeah.
We should show them that today.
Yeah, I could. When we got married, we moved into an apartment, and then I chose this dentist because it's literally the neighbor of our apartment. And then of course we moved to our house and it was no longer the neighbor. But I like the dentist like good, so I kept the dentist even though we moved. But anyway, you ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Here is where our old apartments are. And then here is where my dentist is. So when I lived there, it was super convenient. And I should say Dayton is bringing Ian to his doctor, which is like a 5-minute drive down the road from where I am. So he's really close.
How did that go? Hi Ian, how did the doctor go? You did so good. Did you get a little monkey? Did you make any crying when they shot you? You did? You did so good. At the doctor with just Dad. His mom usually takes him. He had to have a vaccine shot, just his regular scheduled one. And normally he cries vigorously, but he just made a little peep and then was fine with it. So that was awesome. And he's in the 99th percentile for everything. So that's weight, height, head circumference, everything. So he's doing really well and he's nice and healthy. That's awesome. Now I gotta go get him.
I never used to mind the dentist, but ever since being pregnant, going to the dentist has been torture. It like changed my teeth, changed my gums. But I'm glad I got it over with. And I'll have to find another one soon, so yeah. Look who met me outside my dentist office. You guys finished fast. How did your appointment go?
Barely made a beep.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, 32 pounds. I was banking on 50. Just kidding, but it feels really heavy when you gotta carry him everywhere. Dayton's never done an appointment with Ian by himself.
When I was there, I didn't tell my portion of this. There was a newbie, like they were gonna have their first day appointment at 1:30, but her bilirubin was too high, so she was already there. And I think it was a she. So little.
Aww.
Ian wanted to say hi, but I wouldn't let him.
No. Did you see that fish?
Oh yeah, he did see the fish.
You saw that fish, Ian?
And the Mia. And one thing I found, we forgot to do our 18-month assessment thing.
Oh.
So they wanted me to do it while there. Very tricky to have a toddler and fill out paperwork at the same time.
I'm sorry.
I did it though.
When you're moving, you forget stuff like that.
Ian, do you want to go for lunch?
Yeah.
Let's go for lunch.
Let's go, Mom.
We gotta drive, we can't walk. We're at Panera Bread for just a relaxed one, and then I get to get caught up. Dayton just told me how Ian did with his shot. It sounded like he did really good, barely cried. The one time Dad brings him, he doesn't cry that hard.
Also, by the way, after we left you and we were driving, you didn't squeak once.
Aw. There's something
That's-
about Mom that makes him cry more. Okay, so I did a terrible job at filming during lunch in our update, but basically Ian's appointment went really well, and he's in the 99th percentile, super healthy, so we're happy about that. And then my dentist appointment, my teeth are clean, no cavities, so cha-ching. So basically, once we're down south and we find a new pediatrician, we find a new dentist, then we have to contact this dentist and this pediatrician, and same for Dayton's, and also same for Felix's vet, and just ask them to email or fax all of our paperwork down to the new one. So that'll be the next step once we're on the other side. And then today we just had that conversation with the doctors and dentists and people. So they've actually, like for my dentist, I don't think I told you this, but they already gave me the release form. So basically I fill it out, and when I request the paper, I just send them that, and they'll have my signature with the release, and then they'll send everything down. So yeah, these are the things you don't usually think of when it comes to moving, of like how to do that transfer, but it's gotta be done.
A lot of paperwork.
Yeah, I remember moving when I was a kid, and I thought it was just going from point A to B, and now I'm an adult, and it's so much more than going from point A to B. But anyway, I'm gonna end it there because that was the end of our appointments, but they went well. Stay tuned. We got exactly 2 weeks from today is when we leave for the big move. So you'll be seeing the updates and like all the transitional stuff, the moving company, all that. That's all coming in the next few weeks. So yeah, stay tuned and follow along. You ready? He said it already. Okay, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Bye! Wait. Bye! Somebody